The Hong Kong-Shanghai Banking Corporation Limited, more widely known as HSBC, evolved from a company that was established to finance the growing trade between India, China, and Europe. The bank was established in Hong Kong in March of 1865 and in Shanghai a month later. HSBC was founded by a Scottish man named Thomas Sutherland and created because there was a demand for local banking facilities in Hong Kong and along the China coast. The purposes for the bank nowadays differ from the purposes for the bank back then. The company soon developed into a larger and more successful bank. This success also came with expanding customer services, and many more branches of the bank were located all around the world, though the bank mainly focused on being situated in China and other parts of the Asia-Pacific region.
In the early years of the 20th century, HSBC widened the scope of its activities in the East. It became increasingly involved in the issuing of loans to national governments, especially in China. The First World War brought disruption to many businesses, but in 1920 many new companies of the East developed a trade in items such as rubber or tin. Hong Kong became the new headquarters, and among other buildings located in major branches such as Bangkok, Manila, and Shanghai, was a building that reflected the confidence of the company's comeback. The 1930s ushered with a decade of uncertainty with economic recession and political chaos in many of the bank's markets. In the Second World War, the majority of the bank staff in the East became prisoners of war as the enemy advanced through Asia. At the end of the war, HSBC took on a key role in the reconstruction of the Hong Kong economy.
In the later years of the 20th century, HSBC moved from being a significant regional bank to being one of the world's leading financial service organizations. By the late 1970s, HSBC's management had conceived the strategy of having three markets of the Asia-Pacific region, the US and the UK. HSBC also became headquartered in London and still is today.
I've been with the bank for about 20 years. The newcomer, they have the induction course. We have a brief history of how the bank evolved, but as the time goes by, you are with the bank, you get to know a bit more from the group internet and also from the senior management as well. There has been a lot of changes since I joined the bank. Now, initially the bank is a very Asian-based company because our head office is in Hong Kong, still back in the 1990 and 1991, and our group chairman and all the senior managers are located in Hong Kong. In the past 20 years, our bank started to grow from what we see a more Asian-Pacific bank to an international bank through various acquisitions in the US. I think we also purchased banks in Latin America, in Canada, and also in the Middle East as well. We don't have a specific mission statement, but our brand is that we are the world's local bank. And so basically our mission is we would like to provide good services to the client, and also we would like our employees to be proud of working for the bank.
Through the architecture of the building, employees, and customers, HSBC was once a small local bank and is now one of the most successful international banks. Though several people believe that the culture has been forgotten, it actually has not. The bank is still very focused in Shanghai and Hong Kong as it was in 1865. During modernization and development, the HSBC building has in fact become a better and more profitable bank. The knowledge of the history is spread through the employees and customers with several mission statements, therefore proving the idea that modernization has erased the historical identity incorrect.